Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. It has felt like ages since I last did a video, but of course there hasn't really been much to report, and of course I would have been back on Monday, but there were no game to review. So yeah, obviously it is what it is, and obviously I'm back now, and yeah, I'm really excited to obviously do these videos. Of course, the main feature of the show is the match preview to our game this weekend against Coventry. But yeah, I'm going to give you a run of order. So first of all, I am going to talk about the Blackpool postponement. I'm going to talk about that, give my thoughts on it, and then obviously I'll go on to the main feature of the show, which is of course the preview to Coventry, and then I'll talk about transfers to finish off with. So yeah, plenty to get through today, but yeah, obviously if you are watching this video, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and comment your thoughts down below on everything that's discussed in this video. Let me know your predictions of the game this weekend, and any, what lineup would you go with, anything you'd like. Like I say, I respond to everybody. Yeah, big up to everybody that supported me. Obviously up to 227 subscribers now, so like I say, we're getting close to 300, which is the next target of subs, or should we say 250? Maybe 250 for now. Do it in 50s. So yeah, 250. So 13 away. So yeah, like I say, if you are watching this video, please subscribe. But yeah, anyway, let's get into the show then. So yeah, obviously the Blackpool game was postponed last weekend, and I'm sorry, but this is just absolutely disgraceful. It really is. I can accept, a team that, is in maybe League One, League Two, conference, that, have games postponed because of, cold weather. But not a championship side, I'm sorry. And it really is infuriating, to be honest with you, because, we really did need to be playing that game last weekend. It favours them than us. Obviously, we have to travel to the game. Okay, it may not be the furthest, but it really did get to me on Saturday for Man City. Obviously, got to the coach area, got the coach of the game, and obviously told us it was off. It's just not good enough, And I go back to it, every championship team should have undersoil heating. There's no excuses, especially, this Blackpool was in the Premier League in 2010. So how did they get away with not having undersoil heating back then? I'll never know. But for me, it is a bit of a strange one, this, because again, the timing is very strange. And what I mean by that is that for Mick McCarthy, had only been in the job maybe a day, and it felt like Blackpool did their best to get this game off, really. So now we've not only got, not only got one game in hand, we've now got two. Of course, we are playing one of our games in hand this weekend, which is obviously the Coventry game, which was postponed back in August. But obviously they have rescheduled the date to 7th of February. Now the calamity of this is that this may even get changed again if Blackpool take Southampton to a replay this weekend, which for me I don't see happening. But the reality is, why reschedule the game on a day that may potentially get moved again? Doesn't make sense. But yeah, absolutely shocking by Blackpool that they had this game postponed last week. Not to mention the inconvenience of the fans. Obviously, plenty going for the weekend, plenty already setting off in good time earlier on in the morning. For it to get postponed a few hours before kick-off, it really is poor on all levels. And yeah, but yeah, obviously I'm not going to go on about that now. Obviously it's done. But yeah, embarrassing. It really is embarrassing that they couldn't get it, like I said. But yeah. But yeah, obviously, let's get into the main part of the show then. So obviously, yeah, this weekend is another massive, massive game. Obviously, Coventry City, like I said, this is one of our games in hand that was meant to be scheduled in August, but of course, it did get postponed because of the pitch. So yeah, obviously it's another away game. Obviously we go into this having not played last weekend, so obviously I don't know if we'll be more fresh. It'll give us time to be more fresh, recuperate, work on the training ground, and hopefully we can see a performance as the Coventry come to the game after losing 4-2 to Norwich at home. Obviously, this will be the first time we play them this season since the fixture was postponed, obviously in August, like I said. It will be our 17th ever league meeting with the side. So yeah, let's get into the opposition, a bit about the opposition. So obviously, this is Coventry's third consecutive season in the Sky Bet Championship after they were promoted as champions of League One in the 2019-20 season. Obviously, Mark Robins was appointed manager of Coventry for the second time in March 2017 after his previous managerial spell with the Sky Blues from September 2012 until February 2013. February 2013. I can't speak. Sorry, I apologise, guys. Obviously, we are familiar with Mark Robins, aren't we? Of course. Obviously, he did manage us in February 2013 until the beginning of the 2014-15 season, helping us avoid relegation to League One on the final game of the 2012-13 season. So, yeah, it's obviously Robins has done a lot for Coventry since being appointed manager, including helping them win the Sky Bet League 2 playoff final, as well as win promotion back to the Sky Bet Championship as well. So he's been very, very successful, hasn't he, with Coventry, and of course we do, like I say, is a familiar name to us Terry's fans too. Obviously, Coventry at the moment do sit 15th in the table, so again a team that are at the bottom end of the table, if you could say so. Even though 15th is relatively comfortable mid-table, but still they're still towards the bottom end. And obviously, ones to watch in this one, of course. This is what we usually do. I'm going to pick Jamie Allen first. I think obviously the midfielder, 27 years of age, went through the ranks at Rochdale and signed a professional deal with the club in 2013. Played until 2017 there. Obviously, Allen this season has scored 5 goals and created 2 assists in the 29 games he has played this season. But yeah, obviously, he's been there a few years now. Really, really good player, and we're gonna have to watch out for him because he doesn't just assist. Obviously he's got a few assists this season. He can also score a few as well. So I'm gonna have to be careful with him. The next player obviously is Gustavo Hamer. Obviously, another midfielder signed from Zwolle, PEC Zwolle. He was the first signing made in the 2020-21 season. He's 25 years of age, of course. Started his professional career in Holland with Feyenoord. Yeah, like I say, he's made over 100 appearances for Coventry. And scored 12 goals. 4 of these goals have been scored this season. He's made 23 appearances this season too. Also assisted a further 3 goals so far this season. So he's not as consistent as maybe some, but he'll still be a tricky opponent to play against, and I feel like he will be someone that we need to look out for. And then of course, Coventry City's top goal scorer this season, Victor Gyökeres. I'm sorry, Coventry fans, if I said that wrong, but that is a really hard name to say. Gaia Kerez. I don't know. Anyway, obviously a striker. He's the top scorer. He's scored 13 goals this season in 28 games. Imagine where they'd be without them 13 goals, of course. So, it is, it does make a massive difference to this team. Gonna have to be careful with him. Like I say, he hasn't been at the club long. Obviously, an initial loan spell, and then, of course, signing permanently. So he's got experience with clubs such as obviously Brighton and Swansea. Swedish international has already won a Player of the Month for November this season as well, so he had that award after he scored 4 goals in 4 games in that period. He's made 70 appearances and scored 29 goals. So yeah, like I say, if we don't close him down, if we don't do our defensive duties, and he does get a chance, he's likely to score it. So we're gonna have to be careful with him. But yeah, he's, like I say, it's going to be a tricky game this weekend, but it is a big game and a game that we need to be targeting points in. Obviously, they are at home. They're on the back of a defeat. They want to bounce back. But I still think this is a game that we can. I expect, chances at both ends. I expect us to, possession-wise, we might edge possession. In fact, we probably will. But we need to make that possession count. I think Coventry will obviously possess home advantage, and they will certainly provide a test for us. There's no doubt about that. But yeah, that's kind of a game I'm expecting. A bit of an open game. It's just about who can finish the chances and who can actually, see out the game. I think if they do, whoever scores first, I think we'll potentially go on to win this, which is a bold statement actually. But I feel like if we, I just hope that we can learn our lessons from previous games, because I'm sorry for you. I'm so tired. I don't know why I'm yawning, but I'm so tired today. But yeah, anyway, like I said, they do concede goals, and we are likely, we do concede a bit as well. But I go back to it, like I was saying earlier. We have to manage the games better. I hope that Mark's learned his lesson in terms of sitting back after going 1-0 up. Because if we do get an early goal in this one, again, we have to go for a second. Don't just sit back. We have to try and kill the game. But yeah, obviously team lineups then, like I said, team news obviously is out tomorrow with the press conference, but this is the team I would go for, and all these players are fit as far as I'm aware, so this is the team I will go for. So again, probably go for a 3-4-2-1 formation. Obviously, Kapic will make another appearance, our young keeper, who was certainly impressed in the last few games, and yeah, like I say, hopefully he can keep building on that confidence that he's gained over the last few games. Obviously in defence, Lee's not. See, I'm half asleep today. I really am. I'm thinking about Nichols and wanting him back. That's what I'm doing. But anyway, this video, man, is just going all completely wrong. But stick with me. Lees, Heelick, and Pearson in defence, with Lawton, Hogg, Kasumu, and Ruffles in midfield. Third forward, Radone and Holmes, probably the likely options there, with Holmes coming in. Radone definitely has been brilliant this season for me. And Rhodes to lead the line for me. So that's my lineup. Yeah, so we have got there with that lineup. So yeah, like I said, that is my team. Again, I don't think Knockout will be available this weekend, unfortunately, as much as we need him. However, I am really hoping that he'll be back next week, because, like I say, I don't really understand why, we've signed him when he's injured. presumably they've had reassurance that it'll be fine or it'll be available very, very soon. But we need him for now, so, it does need to be resolved. And yeah, obviously Nichols, no new, obviously interested to see what happens, see if there's any update regarding Nichols, obviously since the last update. But yeah. So yeah, like I said, this game is going to be an intriguing one. If we can win this weekend and results go our way, so in fact, scrap that. If we win this weekend, we are going to be getting out of the relegation zone, because obviously this is one of our games in hand. So nobody else is playing this weekend apart from us. So what a huge incentive that is for the lads to go out there and prove what they're about, and provide a big boost to finally get out of that relegation, because I feel like we've been in that zone for ages. So if we can do that, then that'll be massive. And yeah, like I say, this is a game in hand, so this makes it even more crucial that we pick up the points. So 3 points for me isn't something that is, I wouldn't say it's going to be difficult to get 3 points, don't get me wrong, but I still feel like 3 points is something that we can definitely get out of this game. And yeah, we'll just have to see what happens. But yeah, like I said, I expect an end-to-end game, chance for both sides. It's about who's clinical. We have to be positive. We have to be positive for the full 90 minutes. And if we do that, I feel like we can win this game, like I said. So yeah, let's see what happens, and yeah, fingers crossed. But yeah, obviously the final part of the show today is, of course, to talk about transfers. So yeah, there is really only one place to start with. Obviously, Sorba Thomas. It was confirmed last night that he has joined Blackburn on loan for the rest of the season. Yeah, I mean, for me, it's sad to see how this has all ended, really, isn't it? Because we saw what he produced last season and how good he was last season. And to this, where he's not performed at all this season for me. He's been really poor. His attitude, I think, has been very questionable at times, and he just hasn't looked interested. He doesn't seem to want to be at the club. And I go back to it. No player is bigger than the club, and I think that for me, and the way it looks, and this is just me being brutally honest, it seems like the fame has got to his head a bit. Obviously, the rise that he's made has been quite quick. Obviously, from Boreham Wood in the conference to the Championship club, and then obviously getting called up to the Wales squad, and then going to the World Cup. It all seems to have gone to his head a bit, and he seems too big for his own boots. He's had one fantastic season in the Championship. He hasn't achieved anything yet, and he should, and for me, I think it's just really, really disappointing the way, it's ended, and the way his attitude just really let him down. So, for me, if you're not for the fight for the rest of the season, then I think you are probably best leaving. And he certainly didn't look like a character that was up for the fight for me. Yeah, certainly somebody that kind of is more disruptive to the dressing room than actually beneficial to the dressing room, in my opinion, at the moment. Until he can change his attitude and really focus on his football, and just keep working hard. Because I go back to it, the desire and hunger of some players is questionable at times. As soon as they get some kind of, a moment to shout, when something, what I'm trying to say. Obviously, his move to Huddersfield was a dream come true for him, and then he went to the World Cup. When you get things like that and it all goes to your head, if he wants to achieve big things, in his career, he's going to have to change that. You know, he's going to have to change his attitude. He's going to have to change his work rate. And I go back to it. No player is bigger than the club. So for me, you know, am I upset to see Sorba go? I'm afraid to say I'm not, and that really hurts me to say that, because I was a big fan of Sorba Thomas, you know. But I feel like I've lost quite a bit of respect from this season, the way he has behaved, and the way he's applied himself, really. So yeah, and for me, I don't see like he's gonna. You know, I don't feel like we'll ever see him back in a town shirt again. I know it's only a loan to the end of the season, but I don't think he's coming back to the club. I think that, you know, if he does well at Blackburn, you know, it'll probably be sold on for a good profit. So yeah, it's really disappointing, you know, the way it's panned out, to be honest with you. But yeah, we move on. We can't, you know what? It's not about just one play. You know, it's a team game. This, so yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, obviously, the goalkeeper situation, of course, we have to move on to that now. Still not resolved. I mean, to be honest with you, I did expect us to have another goalie in by now, if I'm honest with you. Obviously, we knew that Nichols has needed surgery for a number of weeks now. Nothing's happened, nothing's materialised. The latest link was Neil Everidge. I don't necessarily know if that's true or not, but yeah. And I think that the only possible reason to why we haven't maybe potentially acted is because we haven't been able to sort something yet, or B, I don't really know if, you know, maybe Nichols is going to return sooner than we think. But surely, if you've had surgery, you will be out for a number of weeks. You will be out for at least a month. But yeah, we do seriously lack depth in that area. Obviously, if something was to happen to Bilo Kapic, for example, you know, we turn into another youngster, even younger, in Jacob Chapman, who, you know, has obviously been out on a few loans, but that it would be really troublesome if anything happened to, obviously, Bilo Kapic over the next few games. You know, then we are in trouble. So we do need to be bringing in another goalkeeper, to be honest with you. But I don't necessarily know if we're going to do that, because obviously there's only a few days left. You know, we're down to, yeah, about 5 or 6 days left of the window now. 6 days. You know, I don't necessarily know, you know, if we are going to bring one in now, but we'll just have to see. Maybe we will. But obviously, for me, my preferred choice would be Tom Heaton, or Carl Darlow, of course. But it's one of those, you know, we're just going to have to see what happens. And hopefully we do get a goalkeeper in very soon. Obviously, Russell, again, another player that's be looking to be leaving the club. He's been linked with Rotherham on loan, but, you know, I only saw that rumour yesterday get kind of propped up again yesterday, so it came up. So I don't know if that's going to happen, but like I said, Russell isn't part of our plans. So, you know, if he does go, then yeah, I think again another player that's just completely lost his focus and desire and doesn't want to be at the club anymore. So for me, we do need to be getting rid of him as well. But yeah, obviously that is it for today's video. So yeah, thank you all for watching. I really do appreciate everybody's support. Like, I know I say it so many times, but honestly I do. Obviously, please make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and comment your thoughts down below on anything that I've discussed throughout this episode. And like I said, I always reply to every single one of you. But yeah, we move on to this weekend. Obviously, it's Saturday, and it will certainly be interesting to see what happens on Saturday. But make no mistake about it, you know, we really do need to be getting 3 points this weekend. It is huge. it would be so big if we can do, get a, like I say, get out of the relegation zone and get a win and start building that momentum again, hopefully, because like I said, we have been on the back of a few really awful results, so we do need to start getting back to winning ways as soon as possible, really. But yeah, big up to you all for watching. Have a good weekend. Like I say, if you are travelling to the game, safe travels. Hopefully we do come back with the 3 points. And yeah, as always, up the town. Come on, you Terriers. I'll see you on the next one. See you later, everyone.